Hello everybody, Dan here. Welcome back to Daily Soap Dish. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button down below because we cover a ton of 90 Day Fiancé right here on the channel. Let's get right into it, guys. So today's story is a bit of a shocking one, and it has to do with Rob, Warren, and Sophie Sierra. Now, Rob and Sierra, you guys know them. You know, Sophie moved from the UK to LA and had to live basically in Rob's apartment without a bathroom. Just a pretty bizarre storyline all around, and there's been a lot of signs that Rob is a big narcissist. A lot of people are saying that, and a manipulator, but also that the storyline is overall pretty fake. And, you know, based on what we're hearing, this couple is allegedly split up, done, but there's also signs that maybe they're not done. Now, Sophie's mom went online on Instagram recently and posted a pretty shocking video. And so we're going to go through that today. In this video, Rob is being incredibly abusive towards Sophie, who it looks like she's recording him in secret. Some people are saying maybe it's on her second phone. And this was shared by Sophie's mom. So she is trying to raise awareness. She's trying to expose Rob, the knob, as you guys call him, for being abusive to her daughter. So pretty shocking stuff. We're going to go through that in a second. And also we're going to go through whether Rob has a new girlfriend or not, because maybe this couple is donezo and maybe Rob has moved on with a different girl. So a bunch of things that we're going to go through today, guys. So let's take a look at this right here on screen, Rand. So Rob Warren threatens Sophie Sierra in a disturbing video that's been posted by her mom. So Sophie's mom shares a video of Rob threatening her daughter, claiming that he demanded money despite her visa restrictions. Sophie's marriage with Rob ended shortly after she moved out, with rumors of a split in 2024 and a new girlfriend for Rob. Now, despite attempts to fix the relationship on TV, Claire's posts suggest that Rob and Sophie's relationship did not end well, as I think many of us really expected to be the case. This relationship was kind of really doomed from the start, and a lot of people blame Rob for that because of his behavior, because of his immaturity, because of his extreme narcissism, and all of that. There's been a lot of red flags with Rob from the get-go. Now, Sophie Sierra's mom, Claire Sierra, posted worrying videos showing Rob threatening her daughter. The 25-year-old Londoner Sophie met Rob, 33, on social media after coming across his profile on a page about mixed-race men. Now, Sophie moved to the U.S. in 90 Day Fiancé Season 10 on the last season and revealed that Rob had online cheated on her. Now, despite the scandal, they still got married in 2022. However, Rob and Sophie's marriage didn't last very long. As soon as she moved out of his house, it is rumored that they split up in 2024. I gotta say, guys, I believe that the rumors of a split were supposed to have taken place after their wedding. And I believe some of that happened in 2023, the last time that we covered the story. That's what a source close to the situation allegedly said. And so a lot of what we saw during their season was actually filmed. Well, it was filmed, I don't know exactly the timeline, but it was shown a long time after their alleged split. At least that's what we heard. Now, perhaps they got back together, because it's unclear with these two. They got back together, they split up. It's kind of unclear and confusing, but the original split allegedly happened in like a year ago. Now, it gets worse, trust me. Sophie's mom, Claire, posted a disturbing video on her IG story via Mary Pants featuring her daughter and Rob after she was sick of being accused of being a controlling mom. So Claire just took matter into her own hands and said, guys, look, this is what's going on with Rob and Sophie. So we're going to play this video right now. If you guys want to see what's going on, you can go on Mary Pants to check this out. Let's play this out right now.
I can take it or I can fucking break it. Keep playing with me. Keep playing with me. It's not yours, Sophie. You haven't paid a fucking dime towards that phone. How is it yours?
I can pay for it. I need it because I don't feel safe with you.
I don't feel safe with you either.
Okay, why did you even ask me to come get me then?
You said you were coming home. I mean, eventually I would think if you act like you give a fuck about this relationship, you come home. But the more you fuck off our relationship, the worse it's gonna be when you finally come home. You're gonna have to eat some shit. You are the fucking toxicity in this fucking relationship. if I was an asshole nigga, I'd be whooping your ass right now telling you you ain't going nowhere, my wife. But no, I'm letting you go. But I'm finna really let you go. The fuck is this even? I don't even know what the fuck is. What the hell kind of relationship? I can take it or I can fucking break it. Keep playing with me.
All right, guys. So you got the gist of that. So there's two clips here. So in the first one, Rob says, I can take it or I can effing break it. So talking about a phone, they're arguing about a phone that supposedly Rob bought. And you can hear Sophie sobbing, you know, in the background. She seems to be out of sorts, very emotional, sobbing. And Rob is just going off on her. So you can see that she kind of recorded this. She probably kept her phone to the side. It's unclear if Rob saw the phone or not. I'm guessing he didn't. He sounds really unhinged. Now, in the second one, he even drops the N-word, and he says that he could whoop her ass, which is really shocking language to me. I mean, I did not have the best opinion of Rob before, but this is incredibly shocking to hear him talk like that to Sophie. And honestly, this is so abusive that I have to be honest, guys. I am kind of shocked that TLC hasn't actioned against Rob for this kind of behavior. He is basically threatening physical violence on Sophie in this video. Now, of course, this is new stuff that is being dropped by Claire, by Sophie's mom. So maybe TLC didn't know about this beforehand. But honestly, this is incredibly abusive, super toxic, and I just don't know how TLC can keep Rob after this clip. Now, I don't know if you guys got what the text here said, so let's take a look at that as well. So this is Rob threatening to smash Sophie's phone and wanting her to pay for it, even though she is in the USA on a K1, can't work, has no money, threatening her and making her cry. It gets worse, trust me, more to follow. I'm sick of being accused of being a controlling mom. But right now, I step back. Well, I don't know if she's stepping back because she's kind of stepping forward here with these videos and with all of this information. I'm glad she is, but she's definitely not stepping back. Now, I'll say one thing here. There's one part to this text here that doesn't make sense to me, and that's because, yes, Sophie might be in the USA on a K1 visa. However, Sophie is, I don't know if she's a real model, but she describes herself as a model. She's more like an Instagram influencer. And what these people do is that they work with brands. Brands will often pay certain people money. And this is how some of these 90 Day Fiancé cast members make some side cash. They work with brands. A brand will approach them and say, hey, if you post about this on your Instagram channel, we'll pay you X amount of money. And I have seen Sophie do that, you know, in recent weeks, recent months, basically since I started covering Rob and Sophie. And so even though she's on a K1 visa, Sophie probably was still somehow working while in the USA. Maybe she was getting paid in her UK bank account, but I think that she was still somehow working, because online, when you work online, even though you come on a K1 visa, it's hard to prove that you were actually working in the USA, even if you get money from an American company and whatnot. So I'm not exactly sure that what Sophie's mom there says is accurate, but of course, I think that's just a minor part in this whole thing. Now, this is the second part, which to me is even more shocking. The first one, I was shocked, but this is even more shocking, guys, than the first one. And this is my daughter hiding in the closet with the dog who is shaking because Rob expects her to pay for things, even though she's on a K1, unable to work, and he's going to be his sponsor, or her sponsor, I guess is what she meant. And I had to get calls every single day with Sophie breaking down and secretly sending her money just to give her like bad essentials like toothpaste, water. I couldn't give them more because then it would be me enabling, but this is what I had to do. And, you know, more than the text here, the language is just so shocking.
Because if I was an asshole nigga, I'd be whooping your ass right now telling you you ain't going nowhere, my wife. But no, I'm letting you go. But I'm finna really let you go. The fuck is this even? I don't even know what the fuck is. What the hell kind of relationship?
Now, you know, Sophie, if I had to be fair here, I would love to give Rob the chance to respond to this. Now, of course, this is posted by Sophie's mom, and so this is super bad. But I really wonder how all of this started, and did Sophie say something to Rob? Did something happen beforehand? Of course, we're not getting any of that, but there is no excusing his language, no matter, even if you're on Rob's side. And I don't think many of you guys like Rob, and with good reason. That's why you call him Rob the Nom. No matter on which side you are in this, there is no excusing his tone, his behavior, threatening to whoop her ass. There is just no excusing that. Even if Sophie antagonized him before that or anything like that, there is just no excusing that. This is really shocking, guys, to me. Absolutely shocking in a way. And in another way, it's actually not so shocking because there has been signs about Rob for a long time that he is not as he appears to be, that he is hiding something. And now we get to see the real Rob as exposed by Sophie's mom. So you guys let me know what you think about all of this. Like I said, you know, I would love to hear Rob's response, only because, and I don't want to mislead you guys into anything, but I'm only saying that to be fair, because he probably, you know, has his own version of the story. And like I said, well, no matter what he says, it's not going to be good enough, because there is no situation when you ever threaten violence, you know, on your spouse or anybody. So no matter what he says, there's not going to be any excusing that. But of course, those clips were selectively shared by Sophie's mom as well. So I would like to hear what Rob has to say. I think he's going to have to defend himself about this, because this makes him look super bad. So bad to the point that I'm not sure that TLC can keep him around, because he is threatening violence on his spouse. And of course, you know, I don't think that she's filed a police report. There's nothing like that out there. So TLC might just say, you know, we'll just wash our hands of this and just be like, we don't care, because whatever, there's no police report. And this is kind of their MO. TLC's MO is, if there's no police investigation or police report, we just don't care. Now, what we're thinking in the Michael and Angela case is that Michael and Angela's segments have been reduced, have been edited out to probably the bare minimum on the season of Happily Ever After, because the police was somehow involved. In this case, they're not. And so will TLC action this? I don't know. I personally doubt it, because like I said, I think that they really work on police reports. And sometimes even then, it's not enough, as in the Nicole and Mahmoud case. They still showing the segments around. But of course, that police report, those accusations have been withdrawn by Nicole against Mahmoud for domestic violence. So maybe TLC is just saying, you know what? They withdrew the allegations. It's okay. You know what? In this case, Rob and Sophie, you know, Sophie never filed a police report, so it's okay. However, when you do that, when you act that way, you risk of waiting until it's too late and until something really bad happens, because of course we see the signs here and they're not good. And so these are the situations when something bad could happen. And then TLC will have to answer for that if and when something bad does happen in a couple like Rob and Sophie. So pretty shocking stuff in my opinion. Now let's go and look at something else here, because Sophie's mom also, you know, she followed up this video and she said something here. And I apologize if you guys can't see this clearly, because the text is in purple, and a pretty bad choice to put purple on black. It's not very visible, but I'll try to read this to you guys so you guys can hear what it says. So Sophie's alleged response to her mother releasing the Rob yelling videos. I was not going to post this. So I'm thinking that the first part in purple here on the left is from the mom. I was not going to post this. This is from my daughter. I've got someone to text her, and this was her reply. She has ignored me all day. That's why I posted these videos. I think my daughter has been traumatized by Rob. She's lying about being in LA, and she mental health and addiction, which is really sad, because anyone out there suffers with mental health or addiction. Do not be ashamed. It's not a choice. It's an illness. Junior normal. What I seen the videos I posted of affected my daughter, and recently we have argued, but she gets confused with disagreements, raising your voices. His mental health is not, it's called disrespect and having an argument. Also, I believe she's traumatized by her relationship with Rob because my family always supported her and sent her so much money. She owes my mom, who has cancer. My father disowned me, and I fell out with him years ago. She isn't Sophie, has never paid anything to anyone. I just need to get this out here because I will not allow anyone to abuse me and talk about mental health and addiction. Anyone that survived it and has got clean and he's getting help, I am proud of. And it ends there. I'm actually not exactly sure who this is from, guys. So I'm just reading the screenshot here to you guys as best as I can, but this is a bit in broken English, so I'm a little confused by who this is from. I thought at first it was from Sophie, but I'm not 100% sure if that's the case. So I don't want to mislead you guys. I'm not even sure if it's from the mom. It's a little confusing. Okay, the next screenshot here, that's fine. Tell her or my family will never get $1 from me, and if she posts one more thing, I will post all the abuse videos of her and the proof of her addiction and mental health issues, as I need to protect myself from her if she's trying to ruin my life. So she is free to do it, but I will protect myself if needed, and I am not afraid of her. Tell her I'm in LA already with Rob, so I'm good on my end, and it is very evident by her post she is not mentally okay. I've also spoke to TLC, who will be dealing with this. I want no more contact with her now. She can leave me alone, or if she chooses to continue, I will need to do what I need to do to protect. And then it ends there, I assume, myself. So this one here in green sounds as it comes from Sophie. And so if I'm understanding this correctly here, guys, and I apologize if I don't. This is all very confusing and pretty shocking to me, to be honest with you guys. And this sounds like it's coming from Sophie. And it sounds like she is hinting or saying that her mom might have a mental health issue and that she will expose it if her mom continues to put out videos about her online. It's hard for me to wrap my head around that. There's a disagreement between the mom and Sophie. Now, I have to say one thing. After watching those videos with Rob berating, screaming at Sophie, and even threatening violence like whooping her ass, I don't know what kind of man speaks to a woman that way. I just don't. That's just sick to me. And after seeing those videos, I have to say that if I was Sophie's parent, I would do exactly the same thing. I would totally defend my child if they were in an abusive relationship, which by all signs that this is exactly what this is. This is an abusive relationship. And if Sophie was my child, I would probably try to expose Rob as best as I could and put an end to this farce of a relationship before things go too far and perhaps something bad happens to my child. Now, I'm just saying, if that was me, I would do the same thing as what Sophie's mom, Claire, is doing. So it's very confusing, but Sophie appears in these messages here to be kind of taking out her anger on her own mom for what I feel is just trying to protect her daughter. But instead of taking out her anger on Rob, as she should, she seems to be taking it out on the mother. This is how I'm thinking about this, guys. Which is just flabbergasting to me. Sophie seems to have all of the elements of a person that is abused here, because she's not really willing to listen to reason. And you guys will let me know what you think about Rob's comments and his behavior towards Sophie in those videos, but that is the way that I see it, and I can sympathize with Claire here. This is a reply from my daughter. She has been brainwashed by the girl Kay and Rob, and I love my daughter, but I do not believe that anyone to shame anyone for mental health or addiction. Everything that my daughter is just said. He is gaslighting that she's loved from Rob, and I will never ever be ashamed of where I've done and where I've come from and what I have survived. My daughter never paid for anything. She's been spoiled, and I paid for all her life, just like my family did for her as well. And yes, when I get really angry, I will shout, I will scream, and I will say what I need to say. That is not mental health, but it's not addiction. That is called mother pissed off with her child, especially when she's with a girl who is toxic, posting this, that no one else will get bullied, and no one else that has addiction or mental health be ashamed. I'm here for you always. Okay, so perhaps, yeah, I guess this is another person that is that posted the first one in purple here. So, wow, crazy. Text in green is what Sophie's mom said that her daughter allegedly responded. Why is she sending money to her and her family? Thought they were super rich. Anyways, the sooner TLC puts an end to this, the better. So, wow, guys, just a lot to unpack here, and it looks like maybe Rob has a new girlfriend, but I think we'll keep that for another video because this is really kind of heavy stuff in my opinion. Cynthia Decker here says that, wow, this is also fake. Reminds me of the Ed tape, Mary Pan says here. Yes. And then a person here in the comments says it's such textbook abusive man. He alienates her from the people who care about her and don't like him. I've been there, sis. He ain't it. Run far away. Listen to your mama. Claire was out of line. You should never exploit another person's abuse as a manipulative tactic, not her story to tell. Sounds like alienation. Sophie, run. Mom, no. Sophie's mom loves her, and she'll be there when she realizes that Rob was a huge mistake. So, you know, I understand the argument that perhaps this is not Sophie's mom's story to tell. I perhaps understand that. But I also understand from a parent's perspective that if you feel like this situation has gone way too far, you have to step in. And you have to do whatever is necessary to save your daughter's safety, to save her from this man, to save her from this abusive relationship that you feel could probably get even worse. And so I totally sympathize with the parent's perspective in this case, I have to say, even though perhaps it is not her story to tell. But as a parent, you never want to wait until it's too late to act out, not act out, but to act in the interest of your child, because that is your duty as a parent, in my opinion. So pretty heavy video, guys. And like I said, I would like to hear also what Rob has to say, because even though all of this looks terribly bad, perhaps Rob has his version of the story. Would love to hear it, but I don't think that he's going to be able to explain himself very well, just because the videos are that damning, in my opinion. And I agree with Mary Pants here. I think TLC needs to put an end to this charade. This sounds way worse than I've ever imagined it just watching it on TV. We saw, Rob being a narcissist and just exhibiting all kinds of weird signs, Rob the knob. But this actually, when we hear him in real life talking to her that way, this sounds a lot worse to me. And I think that something has to be done before this gets out of hand, more so than it has already. Now, like I said, there's rumors that these two are split up anyway, so perhaps they're no longer together as of this time. So perhaps this has all been resolved in one way or another anyway. So, wow, a messy situation. You guys let me know what you think about all of this in the comment section down below. Perhaps we'll do another video on Rob and his new girlfriend another time already. This is taking more time than I wanted to take on this, but just a very heavy video, guys. And, just pretty crazy stuff that we're hearing from Rob in those videos. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a big thumbs up if you did. Hit that subscribe button down below for more content here on the channel. And I will see you guys very soon. Take care.